Hello everyone. So, welcome to the English course and most of the people are scared about English. But let me tell you, do you hate grammar? Obviously, most of the engineers they hate grammar. But let me tell you, grammar is going to be very interesting. By the way, how many of you like watching movies? So, is it possible to learn English through movies? Obviously, I am going to make it possible. And not only that, how many of you like watching cricket? And in case if you like watching cricket, please comment in the comment section or please like the button in order to show your likes. Apart from that, how many of you like vlogging or even cooking? So is it possible to learn English through all that? Obviously, it's possible because for the modern generation, we want the modern way of teaching. And we are here to help you, to teach you through all these concepts. Not only this, how many of you are Free Fire and PUBG players? Obviously, there are many, right? So please comment in the comment section. And there is a particular grammar that is only dedicated for the Free Fire, PUBG or all the video game players. And cherry on the cake, that is how many of you like horror movies? Obviously, most of you, right? So is it possible to learn English grammar through horror movies? And answer is yes. Not only this, even there is a very important term called preposition. Most of the people they feel that preposition is a grammatical concept, but I would say, and we are going to learn with the concept of don't underestimate the power of, obviously you may say common man, but it is don't underestimate the power of preposition, because preposition is going to play a very crucial role in the grammar and we are going to learn in a very easy way. And apart from all this, most of the engineers they worry about something called interview. How many of you get scared of attending the interview? And obviously many hands will go up. But we are going to teach you the interview skills in a very unique way with the unique answers, and very important thing, that is drafting an email. Because once if you join the IT sector, obviously you may join with the technical skills, but how about the soft skills, so called email writing? So we are going to have in this course as well. Apart from this, even the LinkedIn profile as well. So let me add one more important point to this, that is cherry on the cake. Most of the time, students or anyone, they say that, sir, I know English, I know sentences, but whenever I try to speak, I don't get the words at the right time. And you know why? Even they are able to speak, but they can't. The reason is so simple. It is most of the time you try to translate. And this is how you say that, sir, I know words, but I can't speak fluently. I can't speak proper sentence. For example, let me take one very simple sentence. I take my breakfast. So if you try to translate in Telugu or Hindi, any language, if I say I take my breakfast, నేను నా బ్రేక్ఫాస్ట్ చేస్తాను, मैं अपना breakfast करता हूँ. So here you are trying to translate, and in Hindi or Telugu, whatever the language that you take, I take my breakfast, నేను, I, నా breakfast, my breakfast, take. So take goes at the last. So in our Indian languages, we follow subject, object and verb. But English follows the standardization, that is subject, verb and object. So whenever you try to speak, try not to have any translated version of anything. Always follow the standard rule, that is subject, verb and object. That's it. So very important thing is that to speak English, what is required? Obviously, it's a sentence. So is it possible to speak English without a sentence? And in case if it's possible, please write your comment in the comment section. If not, let's continue. So obviously the answer is no. So it's not at all possible to speak without a sentence. So very important thing is that how we can frame a sentence. Why? Because most of the people, they used to have this question, sir, I know English, I have the words, but still I am unable to speak English fluently. Why so? And the reason is so simple. As they are unaware of certain rules. Let's say if you learn Python, if you learn Java, if you learn any programming, you follow something called syntax. So why don't you follow syntax in case of English? Let's talk about what is a sentence. So sentence is a collection of words, obviously everyone knows, but at the same time it should contain certain meaning, and moreover that it must follow a rule, and that is subject plus verb plus object. Let's take for example, I attend spoken English course. So here you may say, sir, whether it's right or wrong, how we can judge? So I, the first word always be the subject, then the verb that is attend, it is going to be the verb, and spoken English course or spoken English class is your object. So always do remember, first come is a subject, verb and object. Even the other example you can take, like he attends English classes at Quality Thought. So here, what is the subject? He. And attends is the verb, and rest everything is object. So you don't have to worry noun, pronoun and all the things. Why? Most of the people that don't like grammar, and even we are not going to emphasize you on grammar. The only skill that you have to learn is how to improve English. That is so simple. So if you could follow. Now let's talk. Let me take one more example, that is Ramesh goes to Ameerpet. So here what is subject? Yes, please type in the comment section. Yes, Ramesh is a subject. Next, yes, goes is the verb, and to Ameerpet is the object. Very nice. Now, how to figure out the verb and the object, and what will happen if you don't use the subject or the verb or the object? Let's continue. For example, if I take Ramesh goes to Ameerpet. So here Ramesh is the verb. Sorry, Ramesh is the subject, right? So if I don't take Ramesh, if I just simply say goes to Ameerpet, so can you guess who goes? Whether Ramesh goes, Suresh goes, I go, we go, who goes? Obviously, we can't judge, right? So always do remember, subject is mandatory in order to form a sentence. Next comes the verb, that is goes, or even you can say Ramesh went to Ameerpet. So even went is the verb. Verb is nothing but action. Okay, let's say if I remove went or goes, so what is the meaning? Ramesh to Ameerpet. Does it have any meaning? Yeah, please comment in the comment section. Obviously, you may say, sir, it has no meaning. No, still it has meaning. For example, SR Nagar to Ameerpet or Hyderabad to Mumbai. So Ramesh, people may take it as a example of name and then to other place. Okay, so even if you want, like we can learn this through the stories as well that I usually tell in the classes. So let's talk with a small story. For example, let's say it's a story about Ramesh and Suresh. So let's say Ramesh and Suresh, they have studied together in the same school, same college, and even completed the same course as well. But as Ramesh has concentrated on English, whereas Suresh has not. So what happened after that? As they both sat for the interview, whereas Ramesh has cleared, Suresh has not. You know why? Because Suresh was lacking in English, thus he lost and Ramesh has cleared. Now, Ramesh has joined the job and he started working, whereas Suresh, he did not. So after a few days, even Suresh has asked Ramesh that, why don't you refer me? And obviously, Ramesh has referred him. Then here the Ramesh was senior and Suresh was junior, obviously. One fine day, a client from US, usually the client or the managers, they keep on coming to the location, I mean the Hyderabad location, and he just wanted to work with Ramesh, whereas Ramesh, he left the office at 6 because it was his time to log out. So he left, whereas the client, so called, let's say Charles, he saw Suresh and he asked, where is your friend? So what he has to say? He has to say that Ramesh went to Ameerpet. But what he said? Ramesh to Ameerpet. So where Charles, being from foreign, he may not know, he only understands the grammar. That is Ramesh to Ameerpet. He understood Ramesh is also a name of a place. Ameerpet is also a name of a place. So he thought, okay, Ramesh comes from a place called Ramesh Nagar, Ramesh Colony and all this. And due to that, he got mistaken. Next day, as Ramesh came, Charles said, I'm very sorry, Ramesh. I never know that you come from very far. That is 100 kilometer or 200 kilometer. Then Ramesh said, who told you I come from this far place? So he said, your friend Suresh. Then Ramesh immediately went to Suresh and he said, what did you say? Then he said, I just said Ramesh to Ameerpet, as everyone knows. Then Ramesh said that you have missed the verb, which is very crucial. And due to that one misplacement of the verb, everything spoiled. So Ramesh instructed that please never ever miss the verb. So in case if you are going to speak, always use subject, verb and object. Now let's continue the story with the object part. Let's go with one sentence. I am going to school. So what is subject here? I. What is the verb? I am going. You may say, sir, how about helping verb? Don't get into the verb. I mean, don't get into the grammar too much. I am going is a verb. That's it. Helping verb and the main verb. And to school going to be the object. Now, let's see what happens if I remove the object. So what is object here? I am going to school. So to school is the object. If I say I am going, is it right? You may say, obviously right, sir. Let's say if you tell your father or your mother in a very serious mode that I am going, obviously they may ask, where are you going? And if you say, I am just going. So if you don't mention whether you are going to institute or theater or mall or wherever, they may get confused. And who knows, they may get angry as well. So always try to use object. Even there is a story behind this, like in the next episode, we'll discuss the story. What will happen if you don't use the object? So we welcome you to Quality Thought. So if you like, please share, subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you.